Eagle by Alfred Lord Tennyson. He clasps the crag with crooked hands, close to the sun in lonely lands, ringed with the azure world he stands. The wrinkled sea beneath him crawls, he watches from his mountain walls, and like a thunderbolt he falls. Now when most people, they imagine an eagle in this poem because, well, hence the name, the eagle. But what I tried to do, I tried to just ignore the title and see what I thought of when I read the poem. But in the very first line it says, he clasps the crag with crooked hands. Now, I didn't know what crag was, or I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, crag, or... Yeah, well, when I looked it up, it had two definitions. It meant broken rocks, or like neck. And it makes more sense in this poem with neck, because the eagle, he clasps the crag with crooked hands. So I was like, okay, this makes sense now. But when it got to the third or fourth line, it says... close to the sun in lonely lands, or I think that was the second line. Yeah, the second line. But it was like, I was thinking, well, eagles, they can't really be in lonely lands, because if they're in that lonely of a land, they'll need prey or something to catch, so it started to make me think of something else. So then I just tried to ignore the poem title and just read it. And when I got from this, I actually thought it might be a glacier or a mountain, just because, like, well, listen. He clasps the crag with crooked hands. Now, what I said before, I said that crag could either be like broken rocks or like a neck. And with everything about glacier or mountain, it actually makes sense for it to be crag, or the first definition. And with crooked hands, you can imagine that like the mountain peaks are like crooked hands. They're like carrying all these rocks, and just the weight is adding up. Close to the sun in lonely lands. Now, this makes sense for it to be a mountain because... or a glacier, because it's cold and no one wants to be there, so lonely lands, no one wants to be there. And ringed with the azure world he stands. And obviously it's going to be like weirder there, like not many people are there, and it just stands there all day. And the next line, the wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. This is where I said it could be like a glacier, because it's by the sea and it's just like crawling, or like the waves are hitting the glacier. And he watches from his mountain walls, like mountain, glacier. This is where I just, okay, this has to be. But like, if I didn't know the title was an eagle, like the eagle, I would maybe think that this is, like it was glacier or mountain. And like a thunderbolt he falls. And this is where I come back to the first line. And maybe like the crag or rocks that has been holding for a long time finally falls. And yeah, I found this very interesting. And yeah.